It's the fat piggy cow with Chris and B. He's looking at me like, dude, what did you take today? Look, I made that point a while ago. That is why I don't do drugs. Because you know how they show like examples of people, like they say, this is your brain on drugs, right? The example they would show me, except my brain's not on drugs, but it's like the same thing.
Well, the energy's in the room.
Yeah, that's it. I appreciate you saying that. So, what we're going to talk about today is dumbass presidents. No, wait. Hey, I respect Donald Trump. I voted for that guy.
Did you really?
I
didn't know.
did, yeah. A capitalist in the office as president of the United States of
Makes
America,
sense.
that only tickled me. Yeah, I thought that would be great. But capitalism doesn't make up for ignorance and stupidity and lack of foresight. So yeah, that's we want to talk about what he's been talking about since his first announcement of running for president. And one thing was at Trump Tower, it was in his lobby in Trump Tower. And he talked about that damn wall, that Berlin Wall.
You've been following along the whole.
Nope.
No.
But my friend sent me a link to a YouTube video of him holding a press conference about this wall or whatever he was talking about. And I think it was a CNN reporter or one of those journalists like really grilled him about not just the feasibility of the wall, but like how are you gonna like actually physically construct it in a practical way to where it actually aids border patrol police in keeping the wall from being breached, so on and so forth. And he was going on and on about how like we have to have a steel wall, like steel is better than concrete. And true, I'd imagine that's true. Steel is stronger. And he intimated that you can see through this new tech steel.
Yeah,
that's
that's
some new shit.
interesting to
Yeah,
know what steel he's talking about.
I
Because I've
don't
never
know,
seen a
man.
clear steel.
Yeah, this is some straight from Kryptonian shit, like Man of Steel, Iron Man type. It was not Iron Man, Superman.
Hmm.
But yeah, I don't know. Only thing I could think that he meant, and I'm gonna play devil's advocate, but it's not really playing devil's advocate. I think that people are hypercritical, so I'm gonna give him a little bit of like benefit of the doubt, where I believe he meant because steel has a greater
What if he isn't even
tensile strength.
talking about seeing through the still? Maybe
Yeah.
he's. I mean, because with the camera technology we have now, you can pretty much put cameras to
Mhm.
view throughout, you know, several miles, apart or even or
Yeah, true.
less.
But
But
what would be the difference between like having
well,
a concrete wall and a steel wall versus
yeah,
because cameras, yeah, of course, would allow you to see wherever you have them
I
set
don't know
up.
the
But
concept having a wall at all. I mean,
uh-huh.
it, there's obviously an issue with immigration and uh, people crossing the border illegally,
Yeah,
but a wall, I don't know if that's the answer. But
nobody seems to know if that's the answer. But
right, but I mean, but obviously there's something to it because every president uh, prior to this, recent president anyways, has talked about putting a wall there.
oh yeah,
Yeah, yeah, there's
huh.
definitely, yeah.
Mhm.
And Obama had mentioned putting a wall up or
Oh
doing
wow.
something about the immigration problem.
Okay.
Um, but nobody's been able. I mean, it's almost political suicide. Look what's happening to Donald Trump because
Yeah,
of it.
no doubt. Yeah, nobody seems to agree with that. I mean, to be like forthright about division, that's automatically going to be kind of shot down and unwelcome because despite all of the tensions and prejudices and all of the bigotry, tend to people tend to evolve towards inclusion, and at least publicly, like I don't think for a long time it's been okay to be publicly prejudiced,
I don't think it's
especially
ever been
in public
okay.
office. Yeah,
Well,
at
I
least not.
mean, yeah, you're right. At some point, there was a time that it was somewhat okay, but
But
um,
yeah, for as long as we can remember,
right.
history has shown that it was okay
It's
to be a public figure and be publicly derisive about like racial issues and having prejudices towards people because of skin color and all that nonsense.
Well, the one thing I do agree with, about the whole wall thing, and it isn't
Hmm.
necessarily even about the wall. It's just, there's a lot of people that come to this country and they do it legally and they go through the process.
Yeah.
And then there's several people that just come here and, skip that whole process.
Yeah.
And
It's called illegal
yeah,
immigration.
yeah. So I mean, are we a country of laws, or are what's the point of having these laws for
Hmm.
what's and then
Well, the
you know
United States is the most litigious country on the planet. I think it's hard to argue that there's any country that's more like law heavy than the United States. Like the way that we've created, the Constitution is almost like a program,
well,
right?
I think
That's
every
supposed
country
to.
has some sort of constitution or law structure.
Yeah, definitely.
So I mean,
I'm not saying that.
and
that-
I mean,
America is
if
the
you
most
reverse,
litigious.
if you
like, it's very-
reverse this, like
Yeah.
if we're going to another country, does the other country are they as accepting of us? Doing what
Mhm.
they're, like say Mexico, for instance. Can we just go there and say, hey, check it out, I'm now a citizen, or I want to be a citizen? Yeah, in a sense,
Mhm.
you can do by citizenship from through there, but I think
Right.
there's a process also to go through Mexico.
Well, I
don't-
think the target country has to be, um, like the appeal of being a citizen there has got to be strong enough to where they have to have those, they have to have that system in place that keeps immigration under check. Like Germany, you said, is there any other country where they have these laws and these hoops that you have to jump through to become a citizen? Yeah, Germany is probably one of the hardest countries to become a citizen in.
Okay, well, see,
that's-
so
they're
that
very
makes
serious about that.
I mean, so the criticism
But they
that
took their wall down, so they did the
Well,
complete
yeah,
opposite
true.
of us.
the so there is an argument to be made that
Yeah.
you know the United States by law has a right to not allow illegal citizens in.
Well, yeah, it's a
And-
sovereign
but-
entity. They don't
But
have
they,
to.
at the same time, I mean, we kind of we are a nation of
It's a democracy, yeah.
no, we're a nation of immigrants.
Islam. No.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, that too. Christianity, all of the different
Yeah.
religions. Yes.
And that's what makes this country so great and diverse.
Mhm.
Is
It's
because
Italian food.
Yes. Oh God. Italian food.
Let's see. We're
Now-
getting off topic.
Oh man.
But yeah,
Italian food.
oh, that. Well, yeah, that's part of what makes America
Yeah,
so
it's-
great.
we-
But
it's-
at the
it's
same
the
time, you have
pasta,
to
I
keep
think.
the pasta, of course. Don't see. That's not fair because the burritos too. If we want to talk
Ooh,
about that
yes.
specifically, then we need to let the borders to Mexico be wide open.
Yeah.
But no, obviously there's limited resources, and America can barely pay for itself. It seems
Right,
like,
and
so.
that's I mean our homeless population here has
Yeah,
gone through the
definitely.
roof.
Absolutely.
And that's a huge problem. And
Mhm.
the
I don't even know, like, what do people want when they come here? Like, what is it?
Well,
Like, that
job
might seem like an ignorant
opportunities,
question
I
and
think.
naive, but everybody kind of takes that for granted. Like, what is it exactly people want by coming to the United States? Like, what do they perceive that's so great? Like,
well, job opportunity mostly.
Okay.
I mean,
job opportunity. That's a
the
good
the
one.
amount of money that you would make an hour over there versus here is
Mhm.
quite substantial.
Yeah,
Be
big
different,
difference.
and there's a lot of jobs here that we don't want to do that they
Ah,
are willing to do,
No doubt.
and that's really and it opens the door for opportunity for them. That's
So is
really
the
what it
system
comes
too
down to.
strict? That's I guess.
Maybe not. I don't know. I mean,
Because I heard it's very expensive to become a U.S. citizen. Like,
really, I've never been through the process, so I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we're both born in America, but yeah, I've heard that it's expensive. Like, so it's worthwhile to give it a shot, try to come here illegally, and just be a working, productive person without having to go through all the legality of being a citizen. because nobody here they vote. Most people don't vote anyway.
Mm.
Your legal
Yeah.
right to vote, like
Yeah.
nobody.
I'm kind of guilty of that myself.
Oh yeah, you didn't vote in the last presidential
No.
election, no.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I should take a better part in it. And the reason why I don't is because
Mhm.
I haven't taken the time to educate myself on what's
The
you know
the
what-
issues at hand.
the issues and I don't want to throw just a random vote out there because everyone
Just
is
throw a vote out there.
Just
Throw
do it.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Right, Nike.
Nah, I'm good.
Best slogan ever.
And I will at some point get involved in that
Mhm.
sort of, but I have a lot of people. Oh, you don't vote. Yeah, I don't vote.
Yeah.
Because, not because I don't want to,
Mhm.
just because I want to make an educated vote.
Yeah, no
and
doubt, yeah.
I don't feel I have the time to
Yeah.
do it, and
Mhm.
I know that it's
Most
an
people
obligation.
feel like
and
most people feel like politics don't affect their lives individually anyway, but I've been affected. I gotta, Gavin Newsom's now the California governor, and before it was obviously Jerry Brown for I think 3 terms, a long time.
it was
he's
a while.
been in
Yeah,
there.
it's been a while.
And he passed a bill
Was it 3
recently.
terms, really?
At least 3, not back to back, but at least 3 total.
Okay.
Yeah, he was there for a while, and he passed the bill that prevents the traffic courts and the traffic law system from suspending your license for a failure to pay fines. So if you didn't pay for a speeding ticket like me, the state of California cannot suspend your license just because of that, which that helped me very much so because I have 2 speeding tickets I haven't paid for. So yeah, that's one instance of politics,
Well, I've
like
driven
directly.
with you. You need to slow down.
Oh yeah, but what?
Yeah.
I drive cool, like
Yeah, well,
my
from
cousin.
from one light to the next.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
burning rubber. I was only burning rubber because this is just a Chrysler 300. It's not that powerful, but the road is slick and it's wet and it's rear wheel drive, so the car was burnt, spinning wheels.
Well,
Don't try to make it seem
it's
like
no,
I'm IndyCar racing.
Well, it's
out
no
these
Pinto
streets.
you're driving.
Yeah, no doubt.
There's quite
yeah.
a bit of power in there.
It's a little bit of power, as I like to demonstrate when need be.
Yeah, light to light.
No, that's when people don't want to let me over. Like last night, I was on my way home on the freeway, and this is a junction coming off this is the 80 East coming from downtown, and that merges with the 160, and that's like the El Camino exit is like right after this junction merges, and this car was just like, dude, you seriously not gonna let me over? I almost hit him because I didn't see him. Like that's how adamant he was about like not letting me in. So what I do, I put the pedal about halfway to the floor. Mind you, I said halfway. And it just, I got into that lane. Didn't see your name written on it. Sorry, sir, whoever you are, you fucking faggot. But, yeah, oops. Oh, he got real vulgar. Yep, that's what we do sometimes. Oh, well. So, yeah, I think Donald Trump has gotten good intentions. What did I say? What did I just say? Donald Trump has good intentions. I say that a little bit clearer. And but sometimes just come out wrong, like Kanye West. That very much the same person. Like I know what they mean, but language is very specific. Like you have to say things to where it's clear and precise, because people would be like, "Well, what do you mean by that? Slavery was a choice."
Yeah.
And obviously he meant slavery was an indoctrinated mentality that kept people sheep-minded, and they didn't break out of it in the time they should have. But that's what you should say when you're making public statements. Like that's what you should say. But being poetic, like you can lose a lot of people.
Well, it's so controversial that it
Yeah.
draws attention too. So
Right.
now they want to know what you meant.
Right, no doubt.
So
yeah.
that kind of opens up a platform for him.
True. Plus, he's a provocateur, so that type of controversial criticism, like from what he don't care. Like his name's relevant, and people are always talking about what he's talking about, so that helps with album sales a lot. And that may not. I'm sure that's not even that's not the goal, or that's not what he's trying to gain from it, but it happens that way because people are so sensitive. But yeah, we know we know Donald Trump wants to make America great again. It's
Yeah.
just that he sent the wrong vibes. He sent the wrong vibes,
Now,
man.
is he going about it? That's the question. I mean,
Yeah, no doubt, yeah.
He's been in there what, a year now, and
A year. It's 2019. At least two.
Oh yeah, you're
Yeah,
right. I'm
at
sorry.
least two. But
so in 2 years,
I feel like it's only been a year, right?
In 2 years, I
Yeah.
mean, has it gotten better? That's the question. And it's hard to really gauge that off of what's going on.
But do you really
if you
gauge
listen
that?
to everyone else, nobody. I
Mhm.
mean, there's complete hatred for him.
There's a lot of hatred, but he's not the first president to be so
Right.
unpopular. I mean, who's the
this
damn-
government
the-
shutdown right now is not helping.
Which president was responsible for the scandal where they were breaking into like government offices to
Nixon?
yeah,
No,
Nixon.
Watergate.
Watergate, that's
Yeah.
what the one. That guy, like, I don't think it get much worse than him. He didn't even finish that term, right? Was he resigned or
Yeah, I believe he resigned. I have to.
he didn't finish that term, I believe. So the point I'm making is that there's been bad presidents, there's been perceived to be good presidents, but what's not changed is like the evolution of growth of a country, based on the the people's will to do great things, right? Like we've gone through information tech, the industrial age, wars, a lot of innovations that really push the envelope forward. Now, hopefully, what government's job would be to do, ideally, is to facilitate, greater improvement on a citizen level. But
Yeah, there's
I don't know.
a lot of money changing hands, so who knows what's, how that
Yeah, no
affects us
doubt, yeah.
usually isn't in our best interest. It doesn't seem.
Yeah, a lot of money changing hands. Like what is money? Like, like that's who it's hard to really put a finger on like what money is, because now you got these magic money concepts popping up called cryptocurrency. And if you're a cryptocurrency investor,
It's too early to say it's a bad thing. I believe.
yeah,
I
no
know you're
doubt.
not. I know you're kind of against it.
kind of against it, yeah.
But there's a lot of things that have been kind of against.
Mhm.
And
Innovative new technologies
Right,
that
that's-
eventually blossom.
like all of a sudden.
And I
Like,
know
oh,
that. See,
Oh wow.
But that's the thing, that I'm operating under that understanding,
Right.
and still I don't
Bit-
see
when
it, like-
Bitcoin came out, it was kind of
Yeah.
I remember it was kind of a big deal.
Mhm.
People made a big deal. They bought it for the nostalgic of it.
What,
and-
like nostalgia of like going
oh,
back to bartering days? And,
just the fact that there's cryptocurrency and it was kind of a like, oh, I got, yeah.
Oh, the novelty of
yeah,
it?
Yeah, I bought some Bitcoin.
Yeah, no
and
doubt,
then
yeah.
every, what
Mhm.
is that? What,
Mhm.
whatever,
Yeah.
yeah, you bought some, yay. And then it
Mhm.
kind of went dormant for a good long time. And then
Right.
was it last year that it
Mhm.
really blew up again? And
yeah.
that's
Yeah.
kind of like, wow, if you had it, with last year or,
Mhm.
within the last 2 years,
Mhm.
you actually benefited.
Yeah.
So,
Because
now
you're just like
we'll-
selling it off to the next guy who's paying more than you. I forget
right.
what that's called.
Well, that's all right.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're making money, I didn't buy any, but
Mm-hmm.
I sure the hell wish I did
Mhm.
did when
Would've,
when
yeah.
it was, just even if it was just for the nostalgic part of it.
Mm. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't like it
People buy
because
stocks. I mean, that's really throwing your money to the wind and hoping.
no, not at all. Like
Yeah.
you're putting money into real businesses that sell real products to people that actually buy it.
Yeah,
Like,
but there's a lot of, I mean, you can put your money in there and go, yeah, here's $1,000 on this company,
Yeah.
which you may it, unless it's well established, and you're
actually,
kind of
you don't want it to be well established,
Okay,
because
well,
if
that's
it
even
is,
worse.
Yeah,
so,
no-
so you're taking a chance on putting your money out there, and
Well, yeah,
boom, next
definitely.
day it's gone.
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah.
That's why you have to do your homework. Make sure that you're investing in, like, that's what Warren Buffett is, a value investor.
Yeah, I
like,
don't understand stocks enough to even
Oh, yeah.
try to do that.
yeah, because you're definitely not just throwing money away if you invest in good companies. But let's rewind a little bit, and let's be real layman about it and let's identify what money is. Like money is a tool to facilitate trade. Like that's really all it is. Like
Yeah.
trade amongst people that create things, that want to trade for what they have for what you have because they can't make what you make. So money is just the universal way to make those trades happen. Like, and I don't know the economist, I can't remember his name or what school he came from, but his criticism of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency was that it makes the money facilitation process less frictionless, meaning that there's more friction. So you're adding a layer of impedance when the whole idea is to make it smooth and seamless. If in an ideal world, everybody would bump into everybody who had exactly what they needed mutually, and you had exactly what they need, and they have exactly what you need. But in a real world, it don't work like that. Like you come across people that want what you have, and they don't have what you want. So, well, I can give you this now, and you give me something of value that I can use later on to get what I need. Like money just makes sense that it'll be a tool to facilitate that process.
Sounds
Like,
great.
ideally, that's what it is. But sovereign money, like sovereign debt is what it's called, I believe. Like the country's Federal Reserve System makes that happen. Because we're within the borders of the United States doing business. So you use the currency that this country has created as the general facilitation. Like that don't make sense that would be private. Like because this is a general facilitation of trade between between defined borders. Like so.
Well, how should it be? What are you suggesting it should be? Because every country has that.
Yeah, definitely. So within the confines of that country, all of the trade that's happening is facilitated by the sovereign currency created by that country because it's within those borders, within that confine, right?
We in the hood. Don't worry about that. We in the hood.
Oh yeah, the sirens, and we are not in the hood. It's downtown Sacramento. It's just probably some old lady fell down. But so what does Bitcoin add to the equation? Well, one of the biggest criticisms of like say American money is like the debt that we're carrying, like printing money without like GDP growth, which obviously it's not like the money that's the problem. It's like the federal system that band-aids issues with printing money that's not represented by real trade. Like, so we're just gonna pay for debt with
more debt.
well, basically,
Right.
because when you print more money, you're borrowing
Right.
from growth. Like,
Right,
so
right.
we've not grown to the point of the rate of the currency increase in the country. So yeah, we're paying for debt with more debt that we eventually have to pay back, and hopefully, if we grow economically fast enough to catch up with that process. So
You think that's really gonna happen?
I mean, I don't know.
I think
It happened with Bill Clinton.
Did it?
What is the debt at? Like the debt's at what? Like how many trillions of dollars right now?
Too many.
Look, this is a cryptocurrency conversation because I just don't know how that fixes the problem.
Oh, the crypto.
Because that's one of the biggest criticisms of like sovereign currency, like United States currency, is that like we have mounting debt, keep printing money, and this money's obviously not
And what you're saying, there's nothing for the crypto to
fix.
To
like, what's it gonna change? Like, what's that gonna help? What is a Bitcoin supposed to benefit the economic system?
I think it's trying to develop its own economic system.
And completely collapse like the government based.
Well, I don't think
money
it's planning to I don't think it's being.
That's a plan. That's an agenda.
Well, it's hard for us to say. We're just little people down here trying to figure it out.
Well, that's what we have this conversation for. I'm trying to figure out what they.
if everyone,
Mm-hmm.
would you invest into it if you knew what the ultimate plan was? Maybe, maybe not.
I believe the ultimate plan is to create money without a sovereign government being involved. They think that the government shouldn't be the ones in charge of managing the system of money.
The Federal Reserve
money use.
the government?
Yeah.
I thought that it's. I mean,
You mean it's the
from.
oh. I know where you're going.
Okay, that's another conversation. You knew where I was going with
Yeah,
that, though.
definitely. Okay, there's a lot of speculation that the Federal Reserve System is a private organization that has just like free reign over how the United States prints money, when the United States prints money, how much the United States charges for money, all that. I don't know. That the conspiracy behind the Federal Reserve is a whole other topic.
Yeah, that's
So
huge.
we're gonna have this conversation under the assumption that the Federal Reserve System is a United States government entity that is regulated by Congress and all of the other check systems
It's
of the United
legit.
States government. Yeah, like it's not like fucking fattening the pockets and making some secret group infinitely wealthy. I don't know. Like we'll do more research and have that conversation another time. But
That's just a fun conversation.
yeah, it is. Yeah. But the
There's a
Federal
lot
Reserve
to that.
System is a government entity responsible for monitoring the economic climate of the United States, obviously printing money, changing interest rates on loans, basically the amount that money's worth. And that's supposed to help keep everything stable. How is big cryptocurrency going to do all of that?
Yeah, I don't like you said, what's the agenda behind it in the first place? Is it to be that? I mean, what's backing the
Nothing.
Right.
And look, this is
So-
what I
so
hate. Look, I got to say this. I
once
hate.
this
What? Go ahead.
dissolves? Say if there's a glitch in the
Mhm.
computer and it disappears, there's nothing physical to that stands behind the crypto.
I don't know. I don't know how they manage that system or how what kind of like error correction
Yeah,
type
it's
of.
strange to me. It's,
Yeah, I don't know what they do with cryptocurrency to ensure, like, in fact, there isn't many assurances of people's like
even
money
with it,
safety.
yeah.
Like you can't really be. But what I'm tired of people saying is that what was I about to? I'm tired of people saying that. I forgot what I was about to say. All right, I want to go back and address what I just said a minute ago about the traffic incident when I was raging about the person who didn't let me in to the lane I needed to get in that lane in order to get off the freeway. I wasn't just trying to go around other cars to speed up and go faster. And of course through that frustration and that being riled up, I definitely called that driver a faggot. And we thought that maybe that's a very controversial term, especially in today's climate of hypersensitive, like social, the social justice of today, right? But I refuse to refrain from that because there is no monopoly on terminology, and you don't get to tell people what they can't say because of how it affected you. And if it's interpreted the wrong way, then that's an issue that you have to reconcile within yourself, because I can't stop wars from happening as bad as I would like to. And in this case, it was no harm even meant, because anybody that know me knows I have zero adverse attitude towards people and their sexual preferences. Like, I don't give a shit. Like, I don't care. Like, not only do I not care, but I welcome it. You can hang out with me all day as much as you want. And the fact that for someone to take that word and automatically attribute it to homophobia is themselves being intolerant. Because, mind you, I was raging at a motorist. I don't know what gender they were. So in order for me to call them a faggot and to have the intent to call them a homosexual idiot, right, I would have to know there was in this case, a guy, which is what the word faggot is typically attributed to, insulting a guy. Like, that level of sensitivity is not helping people be strong-minded and to be able to withstand difficult situations. Like, no, I'm not about to like cater to that type of oversensitive attitude. You don't get to monopolize words. Like, the hip-hop community proved that there's no monopoly on the word nigger. And I don't care if you want to go into phonetics and how it's pronounced. One sounds like nigger and the other one sounds like nigga. I don't care. It's the same word. because I'm from Chicago, and when my accent is thick, which is not right now, when my accent is thick, the ER is always pronounced like It's always pronounced like a brother, father. We never say ER in the most general American way. So we wouldn't say we wouldn't say reaper or teacher, right? That's just not how we talk. So you can argue the phonetics. One sounds like this and the other sounds like that. So hip hop has proven that there's no monopoly on the word as controversial and as negatively connoted as nigger. So you're not about to like tell me what I can't I can't use certain words like because it hurts your ears. Like, nah, like people in this country is getting way too overboard with that being too sensitive about shit. Like, so like no, I meant that. I meant to call that person a faggot, which as I expressed it, is somebody that pissed me off, that is a jackass and is being idiotic. If I wanted to call him a flaming homosexual idiot, then I'd have just said that. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know what gender they were, and I don't know what fucking sexuality they prefer. I don't care. So just know that, you know, I get people like Kanye West. Like, yeah, like I was saying earlier, there's a way to say what you want to say clearly, but then it gets to the point where I'm being parsed out by the public, word by word, syllable by syllable, and I gotta hire a damn speech writer to say anything in front of you. Nah, I'm not about to do that, and I don't think the country should tolerate that nonsense. Like, part of being tolerant is getting over yourself. You know, like how can you tolerate something else if you're not over your own little bullshit? Like, so I had to make that point. Like, don't be so sensitive because it's not even that serious. Like, that's way more serious issues. Like, if it's not like health related, then it's probably not even that serious at all. Like, oh, you ain't been through much. Okay, if that's what you got out of that, you don't think I've been through much, then you know, then I'm not trying to talk to you. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to talk to people that got sense. So yeah, that over hypersensitive attitude, that's not helping you. Like, the only way that I've ever been able to change anything is by bootstrap thinking. Oh, there's a problem? Okay, there's a solution also. Let me figure this out. Woe is me and trying to change other people's minds and speech patterns. That's a futile attempt at feeling like you're doing something and you ain't changing nothing because you ain't working on your own problems within yourself, which really nobody's got no say over but you. But
yeah, it's becoming a padded suit society.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, what happened to the toughness, man? Like, I mean, I understand, like, there's these, like, movements that try to, like, that try to keep the rights of certain disenfranchised groups, keep their rights equal, and that's understandable, but that's turned into a whole nother monster of where you can't do or say anything anymore because somebody's going to be pissed off.
Yeah,
like, no, that's not how it operates.
Politically correct. Sensitivity.
It's too much, man.
It's
and a lot of time it's interpretive. Like, don't come at me and say you're a homophobic jackass. Do not come at me like that unless I explicitly say you are a flaming homo, fucking lame ass, low testosterone, fucking fake woman. Right? If I say some shit like that, then come attack me. But if you misinterpret faggot, that insult that I used to slew at a person that I don't even know their gender, that's just some faceless motorist that I was fucking mad at, then don't come at me with that. And I'm starting that conversation right now. Like, get over that sensitive shit. Like, because, you know, y'all balls been thrown out the window a long time ago, and I'm tired of it. You know what I'm saying? I'm keeping mine.
And that goes with a lot of words and actions and
yeah,
thoughts,
no doubt. Yeah,
conversations all over.
No doubt. Yeah,
that. I mean,
for real. Like, stop monopolizing words and monopolizing thoughts. Yeah, we don't want to be bigoted. I'm one of the most tolerant people you'll ever meet. You know what I'm saying? Friends gay, friends thugs, friends lazy, friends want to be big things, all that. Like, I don't care. Like, it's not going to change my pursuits.
Know any bakers?
I do. Absolutely. A guy, he comes in the sun all the time. He's got a very thin face, very thin frame. I can't remember his name, but he goes
cooks
to
and bakers. That's all we need.
cooks and bakers, no doubt, yeah. And that's the thing too. Like, food is like the ultimate kind of like, it's like the peace offering of the world.
Yeah, that's one thing. Like music, we can all relate.
Definitely.
Food, we can definitely all
Yeah,
relate.
definitely. So get over that sensitivity and let's eat something. You know what I'm saying? Like, I believe transitioning here, and I'm going to say explicitly transition because I just wanted to make that point and now we're moving on. I believe, based on, this food thing now, that the best food on the entire planet is Italiano. Am I racist because I said it like somebody that's Italian?
No.
Is that racist? Am I
Italian?
Yeah, y'all
I
can
can't
miss me
agree
with that. Oh yeah, you don't think
with
Italian's number one?
No. Italian is
Oh, we gotta
great.
put gloves on if you don't agree with that.
No, it's hard for me to rate a food like that. Italian being number one.
Yeah.
It's right up there with some Mexican food.
Yeah, no doubt. This is my let me give
Thai
my
food.
Oh,
Come on.
damn. Hey, let me get my ordered list real quick, top 4, and then we can.
All right, we'll throw some.
Yeah.
We'll throw our top 4 out.
Top
there.
4. Okay, I don't know why I said 4 because that's what I can think of in my head. Number 1, Italian. Number 2 is Mexican. Number 3 is Chinese food. Like for sure, Chinese food. No.
Oh no!
Yeah.
You can eat whatever you want.
And number 4, I would say is soul food. So that's my top 4 that I can think of. And I'll say this now, like I don't eat none of that. What I just said, like I'm like Mr. Diet guy, but
Poser.
Yeah, you know what? Like
and
I am a poser.
My list would be
Yes.
Mexican, Italian,
Number 1, number 2,
Thai food.
ooh. Yeah, that's
and,
up there. Number 3.
Number 4 would be.
Is French food a type of food? That's just like really top notch.
It is a French food,
Culinary.
French cuisine, but
No.
it's
doesn't
not
really-
in my top because I haven't had enough of it.
Yeah.
I would. Let me see. Mom's food. Does that count?
Well, depending on what you made that day, yeah. Yeah, no doubt. Okay. Home cooked food.
Home
yeah.
cooked, whatever. I like my. Actually, let's.
That's funny. We didn't put like
barbecue.
General American. Oh, okay.
Barbecue,
Yeah. Okay. There you go.
That should have been probably
General
up in my
American.
top 3. I cook a lot of it.
Oh wow. Yeah, that's
So-
right. Maybe that's why you're getting tired of it.
Yeah. Well, I'm not tired of it.
Oh, no?
I just don't eat it a lot because I cook it
Yeah.
and I smell it, so I don't eat a lot of it. But I mean, those probably
No doubt.
The
Yeah.
Mexican, Italian, Thai food, and barbecue.
Okay.
Those are my top 4.
Yeah, straight up. I'm gonna
Yeah.
try not to be too biased when I say like Chicago's got the best pizza on the planet, because New York's got its unique.
Yeah, I
its
don't like that
its unique
deep dish.
pizza styles.
Chicago's real deep dish, isn't
Yeah,
it?
no doubt. Look. There's a lot of controversy about that. Like, how do you classify as a pie? Like, look, there's a word I love.
And they should have just seen that frustration right now.
Now they can't see me just then because I'm tired. Look, this is why we got this platform so that I can say what the fuck I believe. All right? Because I'm tired of hearing certain shit I don't believe
is it a
in.
deep dish or not?
It is a pizza, first of all, by its construction. You know what I'm saying? It's a pizza. But people are saying that's a pie and that's not a pizza. Like where do you cross the line between pie and pizza? Like, who's to say that a flat crust pizza is not just a flat crust pie? Like, is a quiche a pie or is that
A quiche.
right? I mean, is that a pizza? Right? It's a pie, right? But it's not a pizza, right? It doesn't have those essential pizza ingredients. Quiche is cheese and egg, a damn deep ass cheese and egg pie.
Hey, you're losing me here.
Quiche is what it is. I'm trying to decipher between what people discern as a pie and what's a pizza. To me, if something has the goddamn ingredients,
Pie to me is an apple pie. You mean? Is that where you're going with that?
I'm going where I'm going where my mind takes me. Where the ingredients to me define what it, like you got.
Well, I don't. I mean, I know there's New York style pizza, and I know there's Chicago style
Deep dish
pizza.
style. And the deep dish style Chicago pizza follows the ingredients and the construction of a pizza. It's thick. It's a deep pitch pizza. It's deep dish, called deep dish for a reason. Shit, y'all get me riled up. Now pie, it doesn't follow the construction of a pizza. It doesn't follow
pie
the
meaning a pie, what they call a pizza,
what's called a pie. No, what's called an actual pie, like in America.
like an apple pie.
Apple pie,
Oh.
pumpkin pie, quiche is a pie.
Right.
Quiche is that egg and cheese pie. Yeah, I'm real Epicurean.
Well, if
Uh-huh.
you look, I mean, Italian pizza. So
Italiano.
I'm thinking New York style flat thin crust pizza. That's my favorite.
I watched the whole documentary, not a documentary, but a little docu-series on YouTube. This guy traveling all over Italy, and the pizza style changed drastically based on region.
Mm.
So you can't just say Italian style flat crust because that's how New York is authentic to it. Like, no, in Naples, and I can't remember
Right.
all the other cities
Right,
that the
yeah.
guy went to, many other ones.
I've
They
seen
within
shows
them,
similar.
yeah, amongst themselves, they argue what's a real authentic
Right.
Italian pizza like. So
I don't know. But
you're not about to tell me my
a
deep
good-
dish Chicago ain't no pizza. Stop with that. It's
a
not
good-
pie. You know what I mean? It's not pie. It follows the construction and the
Well,
ingredients
you're
of
gonna
a
have to
pizza.
show me a good Chicago pizza because I don't.
There's plenty of good ones.
All right, well you're gonna have to show me one because
Oh, yeah, when we go to Chicago, I'll show
Okay.
you. And we're
There
gonna
we go.
start filming video so you guys can see the guys that you're hating on so much.
So yeah, that's
And
definitely
we're gonna-
something I would like to.
We're gonna travel.
Yeah, and then we'll
We're
go to
gonna do a
New
little
York.
travel
We'll go,
blog.
we'll go to New York and see what their pizza's
I'm not
about.
gonna tell anybody I'm from Chicago either. I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm just gonna be unbiased, just just a vessel. Like, talk through me, Jesus, and this pizza. Talk to me. I'm just gonna be a vessel, you know. So I want the pizza to
Well,
speak.
I
I don't
I'm
even eat
figuring-
pizza. What am I
I'm
talking
fig-
about?
That's what I was gonna say. I figured
I'ma
we-
give it to
we're,
you.
We're gonna go there
Mhm.
and you're gonna show me what it is, and I'm gonna eat it.
That's right, yeah. And you can give you from California, so you don't have no dog in this fight.
No.
But yeah, you say barbecue is number 4, huh?
Well,
You're not real American.
well.
Oh damn, I'm being racist again just because Brian's Mexican. Like, now it's,
Actually, I'm more native.
oh yeah, and then more
Yeah.
Native. Oh, that's
Yeah.
interesting because
Yeah.
that's like such like a close tie between Native American and Mexican, modern day Mexican. And that I've
Actually,
heard.
I'm pretty quite
Mhm.
American because I'm a, several different things. I'm scared to get one of them tests because it's just gonna be mud.
But yeah, this is where we're all headed. You know, the best of all worlds. You know, but yeah. So yeah, I'm not racist.
But
at all,
the
so
barbecue
stop with
thing
that
is
garbage.
definitely a huge top of my
Mhm.
list type of
Yeah.
food.
I hate
Yeah.
meat 100%. So for me,
Yeah.
like, I can't even appreciate that. And
Yeah,
I
this
love.
this is not even a good topic. For
It
you at
is.
all.
That's what's not true. See, like you said, I'm a poser. I am a walking paradox, and nothing that I do or say makes sense. But I say it anyway, and I say it with conviction so that those with ears may hear that the Lord breatheth. Now, what am I doing with that?
That was- you were going somewhere. You were going
I was
somewhere.
going somewhere, but yeah, no. Look.
Garbanzo beans.
Damn. Woo. Anybody that know me know what that means. You know, I'm the garbanzo bean king.
Yeah, that's the
Just call me.
staple of the diet.
Yeah, that's right. Call me Gonzo. In fact, once we're done with this talk, I can't wait to finish my bowl in there. Like, I'm hungry again. Talk about food. But yeah, I guess we wanted to just get those juices flowing about food. Like, we just want people to think about the world's peace offering. So if ever you feel like somebody's been prejudiced or you're being racist and bigoted, maybe you didn't eat that day. Just think about a bite of apple pie and then let all of that hatred just flow to the belly and dissolve in the hydrochloric acid of stomach churn and of satisfaction from such great food you've ingested.
Now you just killed the appetite.
Oh, damn. Too many details about digestion.
Yeah.
Too many details about digesting food makes me not want to eat. And you know, that's a good point because a lot of people see an animal getting killed, they don't want to eat meat no more. Like, come on, like, then you shouldn't be eating meat. because you're a spoiled modern day human who gets to not worried about the killing process. And I think if you can't stomach killing an animal, then you probably shouldn't be eating that thing, because without modern technology, you would have no other way to eat that little sucker. You know?
Yep, stick to your garden.
Cluck, cluck. Yeah. I got plenty of. You got a garden.
Yeah, I got
You got a nice garden. And
Yeah.
this, you never offer me none of these extraordinary tomatoes that you.
Oh my God.
that you've grown.
Hey, but see, I'm preparing for this next season, so you'll have something.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
ready. I'm waiting.
It'll be as a matter of fact, I grow usually so much that I don't eat half of it. So
Wow.
yeah, now I have somewhere to dispose of it.
That's right. I am a fruit and vegetable disposal. Actually, not fruit. Funny, we're on this food topic. Might as well get this thing in there. That, you know, I think sugar is a very addictive drug.
Yeah.
A drug. It's a drug that we take in for some dopamine euphoria. They say that things stick with song. So I'm trying to put like a rhyme to. Yeah, I screwed that up, but yeah, you know, I really believe like maybe fruit is like superfluous. Like maybe we don't even need that in the diet. People are like, well, you don't know about the phytochemicals and the micronutrients that you get out of fruit that you probably can't get anywhere else. But I don't know. I'm experimenting with my own body. Let's see if I break down. But I feel great. I feel very virile. You know, I feel real masculine. Okay, that doesn't sound like I do, but believe me, don't let me get Barry White on you to prove it. It's funny, my voice used to be way deeper than it is right now, but it's changed a lot because I've trained it to not be so deep so that people can hear me. And then it could go like real high. Like if I wanted to do my Stephen A. Smith, I could do my Stephen A. Smith. See, I'm all the way up in the nasal area but my natural timbre is like way down low. That's like my natural timbre, and nobody can ever hear me. They're like what? Maybe you need to eat some more blackberries. The B vitamins get your energy up. Oh, now you're trying to be smart. Now you're trying to be funny. You see, the back of my hand, like, it's typically darker than the front because I'm brown skinned. But the back of my right hand is exceptionally darker because it's bruised. Backhanded, you suckers. Tell me that again. That's dramatic. I don't mean that. My back of my hand is a normal brown. But yeah. So yeah, we talked about border walls. We talked about cryptocurrencies.
And sensitivities.
We talked about sensitivities too. Like we got that in there.
And the food.
And food, of course. We wanted to get.
Oh, that's my favorite subject.
And this was like so glossed over. We're gonna come back to that for sure and talk more specifically about like great dishes and what made those dishes great and what they evolved from historically. Now I gotta throw my jab at you British people, you know what I'm saying? I love the UK. But y'all food, like dudes, like y'all
He said the food.
man, like beef Wellington, like that's the best y'all could do. Peasant food, that's amazing that Gordon Ramsay is like one of the world's greatest, most renowned chefs. Cause he's English. But man, beef Wellington, no, that's the best y'all could do, no. Beef and bread, hey.
Cabbage soup.
But I love the UK, man. I would love to visit. You know,
Yeah, that
shout
would
out to
be a
UK.
Cool spot to go visit.
Yeah, hell yeah. You know, that's our brothers or sisters, however you want to look at that, because we're trying to be like tolerant and all that shit. Can you tolerate me is the question. Can you tolerate me is the question. I'm not listening to these jackasses ever again. And I hope you're not serious about that, but hopefully you will tune in next time, because this one is a rap like a Christmas present or a rap like Kool Moe Dee. Whatever kind of rap. There's no monopolies on words, so... This fat Piggy Cow signing out. Brian, do you want to say goodbye to these folks?
Goodbye.
Goodbye.